So today I'm going to be doing a demo of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. It is a mouthful, so this one is in the shade light medium neutral, and it is to light to medium skin with yellow and pink undertones. So it does say in the brackets right there. And I'm going to be using the Airbrush Bamboo Powder Foundation brush to go in correspondence so you can see the difference with it. And I am actually going to go through half of my face just so you could definitely see it. I do have a mirror with me, although I'm kind of terrified just because it's my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette that is just literally just standing there. I'm a little terrified it's going to fall and smash basically, so I'm kind of terrified. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is prime the face, and I'm going to be using these two. They are the Benefit primers. It's the Professional and That Gal. The reason why I'm using these guys is because even though I do have the full size, I'm actually going to wait until I actually do use them, but I do have the full size. It's just these, I'd like to use them for testing mostly. So I'm going to apply this all over the face. So what I'm doing is actually mixing them all, just pretty much mixing it all. And now I'm just going to apply it. I do have a couple of pimples here, but nothing major. If the lighting really sucks, I do apologize. Alright, so that is primer on. Next is concealer, and I would normally skip this step if I'm actually in a rush, but if I do have a little bit of time, I will use the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. This one is in the shade Classic Beige, which is number 30. I feel a little ashamed just because this is the only drugstore product in this video, but nevertheless, I'm going to show you exactly what I use it for. So I just use just a little bit underneath my eyes. And I didn't start doing it exactly this way until a month ago when I realized it did an effective job. So that's what it looks like. I have two brushes here, and I'm going to start talking a little bit about them. One of them's from EcoTools. This one is the Airbrush concealer brush, and the reason why I have it is just that sometimes if I have a lot of time on my hands, I will use it just to blend it outwards and then work my way in. But with this one, this just gets in all of the areas. So that's the brush I'm going to be going for. And I'm just going to quickly buff this in. Just gives a really nice airbrush finish, so it just looks like that. I do have very oily eyelids, so I just apply the concealer just to where, just about there basically. Okay, so the next thing is, of course, the powder. Now what I'm actually going to do is apply on half of my face and the other half bare so you can actually see the difference. So here we go with the powder. So what it looks like. And I'm actually going to be doing my left side first just because that's pretty much the closest, and of course it does have blemishes. So just putting in where the brush is. So you want to tap off the excess so you don't waste product or it flies everywhere. Then just apply it on. When it comes to blemishes, I just pat. I don't buff it in because that's just going to make a little bit more interference. I'm just going to turn my head to the side so you can see. Alright, so once we've got that in, I've just been patting it down, and with everywhere else I'm just going to buff it in into circular motions, but just doing it on half of my face. And you want to do it outwards. If you do it inwards, if you have large pores, it's just going to emphasize them. So just doing it in circular motions. Okay, so I don't know if you can actually see the difference, but this is the side with the powder and this is the side without it. I think from the mirror you can definitely tell. That my blemishes are still there. Of course, if you do have bumpy blemishes like I do, it is going to, you're going to be able to see it. You will need to, conceal it with concealer, but this is pretty much the way I normally do with my makeup. So this is the side without the powder, and this is the side with it. And now I'm just going to pretty much fill the other side of my face so I don't look a little weird. So basically with this, you just have the powder here, and whatever your method is, you can definitely go for that, but sometimes I just like to pat it all in, even when I don't have blemishes, just to get it in there. And then once that is all in, I just buff it into circular motions. It just gives really nice flawless coverage, but without looking cakey, and it's also really nice and natural. It just feels really nice and lightweight. It's moisture rich as well. I do have a blog post about this product on my blog. I'll leave a link in the description box below. It'll be the first link. There you have it. So that's pretty much what the entire face looks like with this particular powder. There are different shades for different skin tones and undertones as well. I do apologize if the lighting is pretty bad, because sometimes with these things you can't really tell. So just an overview, the primers I used were the Benefit Professional and also the That Gal primer. This is a brightening face primer. This is to help fill in the pores. Use them together, it creates that little magic potion they have. Next is concealer, and it was the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. Love this product for under the eyes. And of course the powder is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. It is the loose powder foundation. I swear by this product. It's the only powder foundation I'll ever use. I don't think I need another one. And the tools were the Tarte Airbrush Bamboo Powder Foundation Brush, and also the small contour brush from Real Techniques as well. Not really used for contouring, but really good for blending concealer, just because the brush is nice and fluffy. Another alternative is of course the EcoTools Airbrush Concealer, which if I had more time, I would just blend outwards and then just work my way in. So that has been the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, check out all my links below, or even on my main YouTube art area. I don't really know what it's called, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.